And now it's time for the wrap-up show with Diana Master, where we round up all the live sports, all the live action from today's games. Now, before we get into that, just a quick update. The Brave Warriors are taking on Lesotho, and right now they are in the first half. They're on halftime, and it's been a goalless first half. We will be keeping an eye up and of course keeping you updated as the results change. All right, now earlier on today, Windhoek High School took on Walvis Bay Privat School, and that game ended of course with Windhoek High School taking the lead with 56 and Walvis Bay Privat School with 18. In case you missed the game or you need to take a look at the highlights, here they are.
So ons kyk na sommige van die hoogtepunte wat ons gesien het in hierdie wedstryd. Want ek hoërskool wat meeste van die wedstryd in beheer was. McHenry Kambatuka, hulle kaptein wat 'n sterk wedstryd daar van die 8ste man posisie af gehad het. Daai was Walvis Bay se eerste 3 gedruk deur Valentino Simon. Hy steek in 'n 3, hy het 'n goeie wedstryd gehad. Antoa Klein wat ook 'n bietjie beheer probeer neem het, daar van die heel agterposisie af later loskakel toe geskuif. Geslag met sommige van sy skoppepalle toe, daai ene was oor. Dit was Walvis Bay wat in daai stadium voorgeloop het met 8-0. Dis WBPS se verdediging wat daar goed gevaar het. En dit was WBPS wat volgende op die telbord was. Hulle self al oorgewerk het vir 'n 3. Daai man wat net kort geduik was en toe vinnig deur die hande gevat vir die nommer 4 slot. Isaiah Kazandovi wat daai 3 gedruk het. Eerste 3 vir WBPS. So het hulle tikskoppie gevat. En McHenry Kambatuka wat daar deur al die verdedigers gebreek het vir sy eerste 3 van die wedstryd. Joshua Moller se doelskop wat oor was. Ja, WBPS wat rustyd met 10 punte voor was. Ons sien dan nog 'n doelskop deur Joshua Moller. Die tweede 3 wat die tweede 3 was gedruk deur Dominic Isaacs vir WBPS. En WBPS wat dan rustyd voor was met 21 punte teenoor 11, 10 punte voorsprong. Walvis Bay wat teruggekom het in die wedstryd met die na rustyd ook weer 'n 3 gedruk. Sien ons Antoa Klein se 3 van 'n tikskoppie, vinnige tikskoppie gevat om hy 3 te gaan druk. Hy het hom oorgeskop ook, 7 punte bygevoeg. Sien ons skop wat oor is. En die telling in daai stadium wat dan 18 punte vir Walvis Bay was en 21 vir WBPS. En daar sien ons sterk loopie deur Xavier Bampton, die linkervleuel van WBPS. Hierdie keer as hy geduik, daai keer is hy gekeer, hy het nie 'n 3 gedruk daar nie. Wel eers later sy 3 gekry. Hierso as hy die lyn staan, oorgooi en die bal wip reg vir WBPS se loskakel, Joshua Moller. En hy gaan druk onder die pale, skop self ook oor. Doelskop is tussen die pale deur. En WBPS wat dan die telling wat aangroei het. Hierso het ons gesien die afskop wat Kambatuka raak gevang het, klop so 2, 3, 4 manne. nog stamp die laaste man ook af, Antoa Klein, en hy hardloop reguit deur pale toe. Net ondersteuners wat by is van sy spanmaats en goeie loopie daar deur McHenry Kambatuka. Hierso is dit Antoa Klein wat daar in besit betrap is en van daai posisie af WBPS wat aangeval het. Dominic Isaacs die skramskakel wat sy manne daar na die linkerkant toe wegstuur, Xavier Bampton en hy gaan druk die 3. Kon rustig omdraf pale toe, druk hom onder die pale vir Joshua Moller se doelskop. Telling in daai stadium 42-18. Dit was ook Ethan Sinden, die regtervleuel wat ook 'n 3 gedruk het. WBPS wat hom daar oorgewerk het. En dit is Joshua Moller wat van die kantlyn af netjies die skop deur die pale gestuur het. En WBPS wat hierna nog 1-3 gedruk het, weer McHenry Kambatuka wat sy pad vind daar na die doellyn toe. Laaste 3 vir WBPS gewees. Laaste doelskop waargeneem deur die 12 center Eljo Strauss. Daar sien ons die eindtelling 56 punte vir WBPS, 18 vir Walvisbaai Privaat Hoërskool. Ja, dan al wat ons hier vir julle het hier van Vegkop af. Ons sal later vanmiddag natuurlik ook vir die klapwedstryd bring. Wanderers teen Grootfontein, daar van Wanderers se veld af. En dit dan eers al tot 'n volgende keer. Baie geluk, goeie wedstryd vir jouself en vir jou span ook. Ja, so hoe voel jy oor vandag se wedstryd?
Ek is trots op my ouens. Ons het bietjie in die eerste jaar bietjie gesukkel, maar we dug deep en op die ou einde toe kom ons terug. Toe sê ons sal nie opgee nie. Dis Vegkop ons tuis en ja, ons is baie lief vir die plek en ons sal nooit hier opgee nie. Ja, ek is trots op die boys en ja, vandag is verby en ons het nog goals waar ons moet achieve en ja, so ons kyk vorentoe en ons is dankbaar.
Okay, so julle het natuurlik nog 'n paar ouens wat ook nog kan later terugkom met beserings en skorsings en so aan wat kan terugkom. So ek voel die dinge lyk goed vir julle vir die seisoen.
Ja, dinge lyk goed sover, maar ons is net fokus op die playoffs. Soos nou, ons klim net die trappies, stap vir stap en ja.
So julle volgende wedstryd is wanneer en teen wie?
Ek dink is teen Morea na die vakansie. Ja.
Sterkte vir julle.
Dankie.
Goed gaan.
It's month-end magic time at WB. Get 4 Knorr 50-gram soup packs for just $19.99. 2-liter WB HB cooking oil for only $64.99. 1-liter Clover Ultra UHT milk for $19.99. 750-gram Cross and Blackwell mayonnaise for $37.99. And 1 kg Jungle Oats for just $39.99 when you use your Smart Buy card. See more unbelievable deals at www.woermanbrock.com. We care.
That was a sneak preview of our Sunday drop. We'll get into that a little later on. But for now, here are the NRU highlights from Wanderers who took on Grootfontein today.
So ons spring vir van die hoogtepunte van hierdie Premier Liga wedstryd. Wanderers wat 'n hele klompie minute moes hard gewerk het voordat hulle uiteindelik hierdie eerste 3 gedruk het. Darius van Solms wat daar so die laaste aangekry van Andre van der Berg vir die 3. Andre van der Berg wat met die skuins doelskop geslaag het. 7-0 wat Wanderers daarmee voorgeloop het. En daarna was dit Siegfried Potgieter, die heel agter van Grootfontein wat met hierdie strafskopslag 7-3 die telling in daardie stadium van die eerste helfte. En daarna was dit Wanderers wat 'n bal op die grond gesteel het, buitgestuur het, daarna hulle vinnige manne toe, Nandi Karohombi wat die laaste aangegee vir die linkervleuel, Jurgen Meyer by sy spoed daar so aan die linkerkant trap af binne toe en hy gaan druk na by die pale vir André van der Berg om maklike skop te hê, wat hy ook deur die pale gestuur het. 14-3 was die telling toe in daardie stadium. Daarna was dit weer Siegfried Potgieter met 'n strafskop vir Grootfontein wat deur die pale was. 14-6 die telling in daardie stadium van die wedstryd. En toe Sharon Rousseau, die nommer 5 slot van Wanderers, wat daar te veel momentum het na 'n klompie fases wat Wanderers op hulle doellyn was. Uiteindelik Grootfontein het hulle eerste 3 gaan druk het. Sterk dryfspel, sterk skram ook van Grootfontein die hele wedstryd. Nie 1 tree gegee in die hele wedstryd nie. En aangee wat daar wegkom vir die 3 wat uiteindelik afgerond word deur die buitesenter Neil Holtzhausen. En dit is Siegfried Potgieter se doelskop wat ook oor was, net voor rustyd. Daar sien ons die rustydtelling, met daai 3 wat vir Grootfontein terugbring om 19-13 terug in die wedstryd te kom in daai stadium. In die tweede helfte sien ons daar 'n hard hatting wat vir Grootfontein op die voorvoet gebring het. Bal kom vinnig uit die loskakel Damin Bassardien wat Fop aangee stuur hier na die regterkant toe, die verdediging oor hoops gooi en sy 3 gaan druk daar langs die pale. Netjies se 3 gaan druk. Siegfried Potgieter het met hom ook geslag en met hierdie doelskop wat oor was dit Grootfontein wat die voortou neem vir die eerste keer in die wedstryd na omtrent 60 minute in die wedstryd. Neem hulle die voortou met 1 punt, 20-19. Dit was van toe was dit eintlik net Wanderers wat toe Ignis Tripodi wat van die lyn staan af daar weggebreek het en oor die doellyn gebeur het op sy eie. Die 3 gaan druk het. André van der Berg wat hom ook oorgeskop het daai 3. Tussen die pale deur. En toe was dit Wanderers wat hierdie 3 gaan druk het met die agterlyn. Danko Burger na Nanu Karombe. Ontglip daar sy verdediger en hy gaan druk self. Ontwyk daar die laagvat van Jaziel Maree. André van der Berg van die kantlyn af. Ook oorgeskop daai ene. Om die telling 33-20 te maak in daai stadium. En toe nog hierdie 3 van het skop af, loskop wat André van der Berg gevang het en daar vir Bradel Wessels oorgewerk het om in die regterkantste hoekie te gaan druk. Toe was dit hierso die center van Grootfontein, Jaziel Maree, wat daar wegkom en onder die pale gaan druk. Dit was die laaste 3 in die 80ste minuut. En daar die eindtelling wat dan eindig 38-25 in die guns van Wanderers. Wanderers wat dan tweede bly op die puntelys. En ons bring dan nou ook vir net die kaptein onderhoud wat ons gevoer het met Grootfontein se Wikus Jacobs.
So now, of course, we need to know who is your money on. Personally, so if Ashwin was here, we would do a thing where he would ask me, okay, who am I in favor of? And unfortunately, because he's not here right now, I'm going to say, I'm going to be courageous and say, I think Madrid is going to go for their 15th title. I think Jude Bellingham will score definitely or assist. And then, of course, Vinicius Jr. would score first for Real Madrid. I think both teams will score I think both teams will score, but my money definitely is on Real Madrid. But anyway, keeping that in mind, the Caribbean Cricket Joel is of course underway. And if you're an avid follower of Sport Wrap, you would know that our very own Brian Monango and Richard Botha are on their way to the West Indies for the T20 Cricket World Cup. But they made a stop at Heathrow Airport in the UK and managed to chat to some football fans ahead of tonight's Champions League clash between Real Madrid and, of course, Borussia Dortmund. Have a look.
Okay, guys, so we are at the Heathrow Airport. For my first time in London, I'm a bit disappointed, I should say. But because the Champions League final takes on tonight, and we were busy looking for a place where we could record this as we get ready for the Champions League final between Dortmund and Real Madrid, but we couldn't find anyway. So now you guys have to settle with what we have right here. But yes, we did talk to a few people here in London to just tell us about the game. Myself, I'm very excited for the final. Real Madrid, a team that has won the Champions League, I think about 14 times. Dortmund haven't won a trophy in the last 10 years. This is going to be a big game. Marco Reus, who plays for Dortmund, has his last game. Who also plays for Germany. So this is his last game for Dortmund. And then for Real Madrid, we have Toni Kroos, who also plays his last game. So this is going to be a very special final for the Germans, I think, and for London as a whole, I hope. But for me, I'm going to give you guys my predictions. I'm going to say 2-1 in favor of Real Madrid. And the goal scorer for Madrid has to be Jude Bellingham. And he is also, bold statement, going to win the Ballon d'Or. So I'm going to say 2-1 Real Madrid. And yeah, good luck to all the teams and all the games. And we'll be looking forward to watching the Champions League final. No, I forgot. We're not looking forward to watching it. We'll be traveling all the way to Barbados. So we will be missing that game. I won't be watching it live. But nonetheless, I'm still voting and still rooting for Real Madrid. So Hala Madrid, and yeah, let's enjoy the Champions League. Okay, Heathrow Airport in London, and I am joined by
Eric Asamoah.
Okay, Eric, from where are you?
Ghana, but I live in America.
You live in America. Okay, what are you doing in London?
Well, I'm doing a transit.
A transit?
Yes.
Okay, back to
America.
Back to America.
Yes.
Okay, well, since we are in London and the Champions League final is playing tonight,
Okay.
We have Real Madrid who are taking on Borussia Dortmund. So, what is your favorite football team?
Well, both of the teams are not. I don't support any of them.
Okay.
But with Sancho in Borussia Dortmund.
You sound Manchester. You sound Manchester.
I'm a Manchester United fan.
I saw it coming.
So
yeah.
I'll be happy if. But I know Real Madrid will win.
Real Madrid will win.
Yeah.
Okay, before we do let you leave, give us a score prediction for tonight's game.
That's difficult.
It's a tough one.
It's going to be about 2-1.
A 2-1?
Yes.
In favor of Real
In
Madrid?
favor of Real Madrid.
Okay, I think I'm going to agree with you. But yeah, Eric, have a good trip. Enjoy your flight, and thank you for taking your time out.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I'm joined by Alice, who is ready and excited for the Champions League final. Okay, before we do talk about the Champions League final, which team do you support?
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Okay, what do you make of Real Madrid's season this year? Looking at how you guys played.
It's going really good. Like, I just thought like it would repeat like the 2019 season after like Cristiano Ronaldo left.
Okay.
But it went out like it turned out to be like one of their better seasons, and I'm really excited for that.
So you're really excited for the final. Where will you be watching the final tonight?
Santiago Bernabeu.
Okay, and what are your predictions for the finals? And tell me, who do you think is going to score?
I feel like Vinny Jr. is going to pop out and score again in the final.
Okay.
I feel like they'll get like a 2-1 victory.
A 2-1 victory for Madrid?
Around there, yeah.
Okay, if Madrid wins the final, Bellingham gets the Ballon d'Or, yes or no? Vinny. You think?
They're tied right now.
Okay, so but you prefer Vinny?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with like I've been saying throughout the whole tournament. I'm gonna go with Jude to score the winning goal, Jude to get the Ballon d'Or. But yeah, good luck to you guys. Play a good game and good luck to Madrid.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
As we gave it away earlier, but for those of you that just missed it, Richard and Bryden currently on their way to cover the T20 World Cup, starting with Namibia's first game tomorrow in Oman. Here's Cricket Joe from Heathrow Airport.
Okay, well, good day, viewers. We are reporting to you live. That is from the Heathrow Airport. The guy in the bank is, of course, Richard, that is with me. And we are on our way to Barbados. But I just want to let you guys know that there is a big game that we all look forward to. Before we do get into the game, let's take a look at this view. It's my first time traveling. It's my first time in London. All thanks to NMH that made it possible. But yeah, we are on our way to Barbados for the big T20 World Cup that we are all excited for. Namibia take on Oman in the first game, and that game plays on Monday at 2:30, so that's Namibian time. You guys need to stay up for that one because it's playing on DSTV as well, so you guys can catch that game live. But us that will be there that side will be your eyes and your ears as well, so you can catch us on Sports Wrap, and we'll make sure to update you guys with the latest news on the T20 World Cup. So do stay tuned as we get ready for that one.
And now here's a word from Pierre De Bruyne, the head coach of the Namibian Eagles, ahead of their first match versus Oman at the T20 World Cup in the West Indies.
We've come to the end of a very successful preparation period here in the West Indies with 7 warm-up games overall. Every single player had the opportunity to explore their skills, their roles in these conditions against good sides. And I'm very pleased that that the players have had that opportunity to play 7 warm-up games overall. It's now the next one, the big one, and the start of the World Cup. The first game is Sunday against Oman, and that's where our focus is, nothing else. We need to take game by game. We need to ensure that we don't get ahead of ourselves. We saw against Australia in the warm-up game that was a rude awakening of what to expect in this World Cup against teams like that when it comes to the intensity levels, when it comes to the skill sets that's required to be competitive. So we are only focused on Oman right now, and then we'll take the next games as they come. But it's really important for us to have a good start in this World Cup. We know that Oman is a very strong unit, very dangerous unit, fearless to say the least, and we need to be 2 steps ahead when we face them on Sunday, and we're really looking forward to starting this campaign.
We've been keeping you up to date with local sport. So now, of course, it's time that we take a little trip around the world and get into some coaches, that are getting appointed. We start off with Jose Mourinho, who has just begun negotiations with Fenerbahce over the head coach role. The Turkish Super League club said on Saturday as the Portuguese manager looks to return to coaching after being sacked by Italian side AS Roma earlier this year. Negotiations have started with Jose Mourinho dos Santos Mourinho Felix for the position of head coach, the club said in a statement to the public disclosure platform KAP. The well-traveled coach, who has been in charge of some of the biggest clubs in Europe, is set to take over a team that finished second in the Super League, 3 points behind champions in Istanbul rivalries at Galatasaray. If he is appointed, Mourinho would replace Turkish boss Ismail Kartal, who oversaw only 1 loss in the league, but 6 draws proved to be costly in the title race. Mourinho, who has won trophies with clubs such as Porto, Chelsea, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, and even Manchester United, will be tasked with helping Fenerbahce to win their first league title since the 2013-2014 season. We actually have some visuals of Jose Mourinho that will pop up on your screen right about now. Now, the 61-year-old also helped Roma clinch their first European trophy when they won the 3rd-tier Europa Conference League in 2022, while he also guided them to the Europa League final the following year, losing to Sevilla on penalties. But he was sacked in January this year when Roma were 9th in Serie A. He was replaced by former Italy player Daniele De Rossi, and Roma eventually finished 6th to qualify for the Europa League. Now getting into our next story, from one coach to the other, we're talking Bayern Munich that have appointed Vincent Kompany as their new manager on a deal until June 2027 after the Belgian parted ways with Burnley following their relegation from the Premier League, the 2 clubs announced on Wednesday. We understand the allure and prestige of a club like Bayern Munich and respect Vincent's ambition to explore new opportunities, Burnley said in a statement. Bayern CEO Jan Christian Dresien said, "We all at the club agree that Vincent Kompany is Bayern Bundesliga champions in the previous 11 seasons, finished 3rd behind Bayer Leverkusen and VfB Stuttgart. They were also unable to win domestic or European silverware for the first time in more than a decade, leading to the departure of coach Thomas Tuchel, which was announced in February. Now, the arrival of Kompany ends a month-long search for the successor of Tuchel, with several potential candidates deciding to remain in their current jobs. The right coach for Bayern Munich, and are very much looking forward to working with him. Bayern explored several candidates for the vacant managerial role, including Leverkusen's Xabi Alonso, former coach Julian Nagelsmann, and Austrian Ralf Rangnick, prior to appointing Kompany. "I look forward to this challenge at Bayern," Kompany said. "It is an honor to work for this club. Bayern are an institution in international football. As a coach, you have to just like your personality. I love having possession, being creative, and we also have to be aggressive and courageous on the pitch." In his short managerial career, Company, who played 360 matches in all competitions for Manchester City and won 4 Premier League titles, has garnered a reputation for playing free-flowing and possession-based football. He began his coaching career at Belgian club Anderlecht and spent 2 seasons there before joining Burnley in 2022, where his approach worked to treat in the second-tier championship as the Lancashire club secured promotion with 7 games to spare. Now we move over to Spain. Barcelona have appointed former Germany and Bayern Munich manager Hansi Flick as a head coach over a 2-year contract, the La Liga club said on Wednesday. Flick, who has not managed a club since being sacked by Germany in September 2023, will be tasked with reviving Barcelona's fortunes after the Catalan side failed to win any trophies this season under Xavi Hernandez, who was dismissed on Friday. In a statement, the club said it had chosen a man well known for his team's high-pressing, intense and daring style of play, which has brought him great success at club level and international level, winning pretty much all there is to win in the world of football. Barcelona highlighted the 59-year-old success during the 2019-2020 season at the helm of Bayern, with whom he won 6 trophies: the Bundesliga, the German Cup, the Champions League, the German Super Cup and the UEFA Super Cup, as well as the Club World Cup. Xavi was sacked last week after a trophyless season in which Barca finished 10 points behind champions Real Madrid, lost the Spanish Super Cup final to their arch-rivals, and were knocked out of the Champions League by Paris Saint-Germain in the last 8. Now we get into some UEFA Champions League. If you don't know that the final is being played today, then I would assume you don't watch football, you're not a fan of football. But for those of you that are, Real Madrid face Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League final at Wembley Stadium tonight at 9 p.m. with Carlo Ancelotti's side seeking to add another chapter to the club's already astonishing love affair with European soccer's elite trophy. Bidding for a record-extending 15th European Cup and 6th in 10 years, they want to emulate Real's dominance at the dawn of the competition, when during the Alfredo Di Stefano days they won the first 5 editions from 1956 and another in 1966. Dortmund won the title in 1997 and reached the final again in 2013, losing to Bayern Munich in an all-German showdown. Dortmund finished 5th in the Bundesliga this season, narrowly securing their Champions League spot for next season. They had been title contenders after missing out on the trophy on the final match day in 2023. What you're taking a look right now is a Reuters wrap ahead of tonight's historic clash.
It's my old friend. I love it. I love it. I mean, it's always good to hold the Champions League trophy. It's a very difficult trophy to win. It took us about 10, 11 years to win it. And once we were able to win it, it was an amazing feeling. So it's my old friend, and it's good to be back here holding the trophy. So I hope there's going to be an amazing game on Saturday. I hope may the best man win.
Ambassador, thank you so much for joining us. And we've got gents, boys and girls. Let's get this part.
I'm really excited Champions League is back after 11 years. We've made sure after those events we saw at the men's Euros final between Italy and England that lessons were learned. The behaviour of those people outside the stadium in central London was unacceptable and criminal. Dame Louise Casey very kindly agreed to chair a committee looking at what went wrong, what needs to happen to make sure that never happens again. The FA deserve huge credit. They've invested more than £5 million in improving those turnstiles, 1,500 more trained stewards, 500 more volunteers. The police are working closely with the FA and the UEFA as well as Wembley. I'm confident the events over the next 3 days will show London at its best. We've got 3 days of festivities, great music tonight, tomorrow night, on Saturday, but also a great match to look forward to on Saturday.
Wir haben vor 27 Jahren haben wir schon mal im Finale gestanden, das wir gewonnen haben. Das war damals gegen Juventus Turin und wir waren genauso wie in diesem Jahr der Underdog. Also hoffen wir, dass es gut geht.
Real Madrid is the best team of the world. He's going to be 5th times, yes, champion. And Jude Bellingham scored 1 goal, Vini Jr. 1 goal, Rodrigo 1 goal, 3-0 Real Madrid. Yes.
I want to see Dortmund win. My heart tells me that Real Madrid's going to win. Obviously, I'm an England fan, so I want to see an English boy lift up the trophy. Bellingham's world class, so I think he's gonna put Real Madrid up top. So I think that's what's gonna end up happening.
Yeah, I want Royce to lift that Champions League.
Why?
Because, do you know what it is? To whoever is at the club, I think, around that time, I think he deserves that trophy. I think he's been loyal to the club, shows that passion over money, and I feel like he deserves that trophy. I think he deserves to go home with that trophy. I think having stayed that long, not winning the Bundesliga, having lost the Champions League 10 years ago, I think now is his time, and I think he has to bring it to Germany. He has to take it there.
I think it's not a surprise they're in the final. I love this team because I see them the way I am, like humility, sagesse, play together, you have unity inside this team. No too much big player, big name. But I think Madrid need to be careful because Dortmund have history, big history in Germany. Where Madrid win a lot of trophy because it's a symbol, it's a t-shirt, it's so heavy. You have only one obligation, one of you have in the final is winning. Anyway, the way you play in a bad way, positive or negative, you need to win. I think it will be the more difficult game for Madrid this final because they don't care if they win. Dortmund is good. If they lose, it's against Madrid. He makes success. People see him like so cool, but inside him is bullying. He's the kind of person who never shows his emotion. He always shows emotion when he wins the trophy, but you see him is never be close and player. He gives the opportunity for the players enjoy the moment because he's an actor. I think I learned a lot about him. This kind of we talk with the player, make them progress, make them understanding how they can be. This is the way he win all the trophy. The way he still be in Madrid for win more trophy, and I think Madrid will keep him and still stop manage player. When I starting see this boy in Dortmund, I think he makes a good choice. It's not about money, not about. He's thinking about his career. He understanding straight away the demanding from the Madrid. He's very, very, very smart, clever, and they make success. All his teammates love him. He has strong character. I think it can be one boy who wins the Ballon d'Or. I think if he wins this trophy, he makes success in Euro Cup, he can be Ballon d'Or, 100%.
Ladies and gents, make some noise for John Obi.
With all the respect, I'm the coach of Borussia Dortmund, and yes, I just mentioned a couple of days ago the biggest respect for him because he's one of the managers that not only made it with one team, he made it with different teams in different countries and different cultures, and not within 3 years, in basically 2 decades, he's been successful as a manager. And I think that the way that he managed teams and how the players play for him, he needs to be a role model for every young coach. And I feel that I'm still a young coach, so he's one of my role models in this business.
Well, this has been Sport Wrap Saturday Studio. Now, of course, over the course of the week, we will be keeping you up to speed with the latest from the Caribbean and cricket, Joel. I am Diana Master, and from Saturday Sport Wrap Studio, I'm signing out.